Oops. Hi everybody, as you can see I'm still celebrating last night's brilliant 3-1 win for Rangers against Fenerbahce in Istanbul, would you believe? And to celebrate I thought I'd crack open this bottle of Barbados rum. And not a lot of people know this, it's called Boom Boo, but in Barbados when you say Boom Boo that means we are the people. So I'm going to enjoy some of this just now. And I'll finish it off, maybe over the next year. If it depends on results, that is. So what can I say about last night's fantastic win? Unexpected, but in fact the way this Rangers team plays, maybe expected, because we've been rubbish against the St Mirrens and Motherwells of the world, but you can go up against Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce and beat them 3-1 in their own patch, and it could have been more. To be fair, they could have scored a few as well. We rode our luck at times, and Jack Butland had a couple of great saves and 3 or 4 sort of Commoner Garden saves, but who cares? 3-1 win away, chance to get into the quarter-finals now next Thursday. What more could we have asked for? Before the game I was saying to people I'd have taken a 3-1 defeat or a 2-goal defeat, because that might have just kept us in the game enough to win 2-0 at Ibrox and get it into extra time. So now we're looking at the chance of even losing that goal and still qualifying for the quarter-finals. So well done Rangers. I must admit I was shocked at the team selection. On the plus side, the manager went for a 3 at the back, so that's long overdue. Unfortunately, one of the 3 was James Tavernier, and one of the other 2 was Robin Lurpak, as I call him, because as you know he's soft as butter. So that was a downside to it, and the other downside was he persisted in playing Yilmaz at right back. He was one of the poorer performers, I thought, last night. So at least we had a back 5 stroke back 3, and we did still attack, good counter-attacking. That's how our goals came about, actually, and high pressing, which is something we've been lacking as well. So what more could you ask for than an early goal? I think it was 7 minutes, and that came from us pressing the opposition inside and just outside their box. It was Diamanda who started it all, tackling a guy just outside his own box. It bounced about, he tackled him again. Czerny came in and did his bit, harassing the guy. It bounced off a couple of players, went through. Drossers, of all people, ran onto it, round the goalkeeper, couldn't believe that, and then he actually put his shot on target, and it was adjudged a goal. And I don't think I've ever seen a closer goal line decision using the technology. I mean, there was barely a visible gap between the line and the edge of the ball. That's how close it was. The defender nearly scooped off the line. So thankfully for us there was goal line technology. If I'd been up here we wouldn't have got that goal probably in Scotland and Scottish games. So anyhow, what a start. We controlled the game, we played well for about 20-25 minutes, then they came into it. Their goal was a disappointment, a corner kick. That's when we're vulnerable, everybody knows that, so I'm sure Jose Mourinho knows that as well. And it should have been clear, because Raskin was the nearest player to the ball, but as it was coming near him at the near post, the Fenerbahce guy kind of out-muscled him and kind of pushed him away a wee bit, and he headed it back the way to the back post, and give the guy his due, he hooked the ball over his shoulder into the net with some force as well. So Butland had no chance at that one. So 1 each, we thought, oh, this is it, back to normal. But then we had a couple of chances, Raskin right through, Shefty right through on the left side, and both of them hit their shots into the side netting or to the left of the near post, when they might have either hit the other side of the goal or tried to cut it back for somebody. So anyhow, that was mainly it until just before half time. Nice little pass from Raskin just inside his own box, his own area, passed it into their area, their half, and Czerny took it, ran practically the length of the half, just outside the box. Nice pass to the right for Drossers, and for once he hit his pass back first time, no dilly-dallying, to be truthful, it was a bit overhit because Tierney had to sort of struggle to get on the end of it and turn it into the net, but turn it into the net he did. So 2-1 at half time. We're living in dreamland again. It's 2022 all over. So brilliant half, dangerous moments. We survived them. Things were looking quite good. Second half was much the same. Drossers actually scored 2 goals, took these 2 chances well, but they were adjudged to have been offside. The first one especially, when you saw the lines, it was his shoulder offside, and the second one, it was like his toes were offside. So hopefully with the change in rules next season, that sort of nonsense will be over, and it'll be the whole body will need to be clear of the defender. So he was unlucky there. He did his usual. There was another move later on where it was a great pass right into the box from, and he dilly-dallied, and eventually he was surrounded by 3 players, and it just fizzled out, and actually be in the net. So I don't think he had a great game. He scored a goal, he had an assist just, but I don't think he was any better than normal. Running about, bouncing off people, trying to foul them instead of tackle them, all that kind of stuff. He's not the answer, but at least he did his part, so I'll give him credit for that. The only other 2 I would have criticised would have been Redvan and Tavernier, who didn't have a great game either, but thankfully we had heroes in lights of Balogun and Suter, and even Jack Butland, a couple of great saves. What is it with Butland? Recently he's been throwing them into the net, and last night he obviously decided he didn't like the manager's choice of defenders, so he came out for that ball that Proper was going to head back to him with the attacker running behind him, and he tried to head it away, and I think he caught Proper with his shoulder right in the face, or on the head anyhow, so he was flat out, so he had to be substituted. So it was as if he was telling the manager, I don't like this guy in front of me, bring on Big Leon. So Balogun duly came on, had a good game, headed stuff away, tackled when he had to, positioning was good. Suter and Balogun should be appearing when they're fit, but how often are both of them going to be fit? That's the trouble with the situation. So anyhow, that was Jack doing his best for team selection. What else can I say? Most of them played well. We played well as a team. We kept at it. We looked good at times. When the third goal came, what a goal. I see Drossers is getting credit for just a 5-yard pass back to his own, in his own half towards his own goal, as if that was something magnificent. But what was magnificent was Raskin's 40-odd yard pass, first time pass, right through the centre of the park for Cherny to run onto it. He actually started running in his own half and caught up with it in their half, and there was only 2 defenders anywhere near him, and they weren't near him, so he ran in on goal, got into the box, looked up a couple of times, and then just passed it into the net round the goalkeeper. So brilliant. 3-1. What was that? Few minutes to go, game was over. We just didn't want to lose a goal and make life harder for ourselves next Thursday at Ibrox. So we duly survived the remaining minutes. So I don't know what we can expect next week. We could expect the same again, or we could expect the actual reversal with Fenerbahce doing the same to us. It's going to be some game. We're going to go there in a great mood, expectant, happy, full of energy, hopefully, and excitement. And hopefully that energy transfers itself to the players, and they can play the way they were doing in 2022 when we got to the final, and make it another memorable night. On the plus side, we can even afford to lose by a goal and still qualify, but we don't want to go that near being eliminated. So let's do it. Let's at least get a draw or beat them again. More coefficient points for the future, more money, more glory to come in the quarterfinals against Roma or Bilbao. So here's hoping we can do it next week. Here's hoping we don't have any injuries in training, because we don't have a game at the weekend. So that's another plus, the fact that they've got the whole week to train for this, to get guys fit and fitter. And the only changes I would make would be I'd have Sterling in at right back next week, and if Proper's fit, I'd play him in the back 3 instead of Tavernier. And I'd have Iggerman playing up front as well. He's more likely to create something. So there's something to look forward to. boom boo to all of you out there.